Hey everybody, and welcome back to Arcade Spirits. Where last we left off, we had met Hamza and purchased the game of our childhood dreams, which turned out to be Dragon's Keep, Dragon's Lair rather. It was Wyvern's Keep in the game, Dragon's Lair in real life. But anyway, we're now on episode 3, Take It to the Max. And we're going to do exactly that. Let's get to her. Scooch the microphone a little bit closer. There we go. Take it to the max. Oh yeah, we're getting all kinds of 90s radical up in here. Alright, that's working fine. Sorry, just making sure everything's fine. Whoops, I didn't read that. Well, not the actual... Hang on, I'm going to wait for it to come back up on the other side. Today's the day. There we go, I caught it on the other monitor. Well, not the actual big day where we reveal Wyvern Keep, but a big day in relation to that big day, and I am completely stressed out. My mission, should I choose to accept it, and I kind of already chose to accept it, is to spread the word about the upcoming Funplex event. The one thing I'm in charge of. The one thing I've put a ton of effort and hope into already. The one where, if nobody shows up, it spells doom for all. So hey, no pressure, right? I mean, if I fail, it'll only be the laughingstock of the entire Funplex. They'll call me the Funplex failure for the rest of my days. I'll be shamed, forced to wear a giant red F on my chest. No, snap out of it, Ari. Let's focus on what's right here, right now. Specifically, a giant conglomerate horde of people. Oh, we're at a con. Max. Oh, Max. Ha ha ha. That keep bumping into me. They smell like corn chips. And there's nowhere to run. I might be a little in over my head here. Working in the arcade, I've gotten used to smaller crowds. My skin has gotten a little thicker and resistant to sticky soda, hands touching me accidentally, but nothing could have prepared me for the sheer scope and scale of this. Just me, and oh, I don't know, maybe 50,000 other people. I know Naomi's the one who doesn't like crowds, but not me. Not me, but come on now, this isn't a crowd, it's a Gojira-sized evacuation mosh pit. That's evocative. Complete with Gojira-sized screens hanging overhead, constantly showing advertisements for arcade games and industry happenings.
Hey!
Wow, it's so exciting, isn't it exciting, Ari? Yes, I'm so excited! That's a word, yes. I've never really been to one of these things. What a spectacle. Thanks for giving me a ticket. I really needed to get away for a weekend.
Ooh.
Hey, Ari, how you holding up? You're looking a little green around the gills there. I can't smile through this. Everything is fine. No. Grit your teeth and... Grit your teeth. Holding up. As long as I can keep my internal monologue going and be able to speak frankly through my own mind, I'll be fine on the outside. That's the perfect facade. Can't you tell by my awkward smile, my eyes open wide and the tilt of my head that I'm holding up? Boggle-eyed stare. Perfectly.
BFFs for life.
That is exactly why I came here with you, to help you in your hour of need. To help me, and to get away from the weekend. But still, hour of need. It's true, Juniper has helped me through a lot. But beyond generalities, I think she specifically wanted to make it up for me for the whole job offer situation. Oh yeah, that was a thing that happened. It's nice to have her here. We're not going to let a little thing like that stay as a sticking point between us. So, what's the plan? Well, you can't just stand around here all day, Ari. There's a lot of ground we need to cover to make your Funplex a success. How are you going to attack this? What's the first move? I don't know. I was just going to sort of play it by ear. You didn't plan for this? Like at all? I was too busy lying awake all night stressing out to even worry about planning things. Look, I'm new at event management, much less event promotion. Ari, well, start with this. Juniper swings her book bag off her shoulders and crouches on the ground. She opens it up and pulls out a stack of papers. Hold these. I cradle them in my arms. Okay, I am holding these. What are these exactly? Flyers, silly. The ones you wanted for promoting your big event. I managed to print off quite a few before the boss started giving me weird looks. You used the company printer? Oh god. Hot dog, only $9. That would be a good goddamn hot dog. Why are copier rules always so strict at office jobs? It's just paper and I needed it. I flip a sheet over and I start to remember. Black. It was about 2 weeks ago. Ashley and I were holding down the fort that day. Gavin locked himself in the office and told me that if I bothered him for anything other than an emergency, I would not live to regret it. Ugh. Francine stayed home that day. She was marathoning a competitive knitting show or something like that. Naomi was out shopping for some extra parts. The Dig Dug machine was acting up again. The buttons were sticking from some kid spilling a slushie on it. So what started as a pretty boring day in an empty funplex changed rapidly when Teo came into the funplex carrying an armload of giant rolled up posters.
Hello there.
Heyo Ari, heyo Ashley. Welcome home, Teo.
Hiya.
Good morning, my fair Teo. How art thou? Only so freaking excited. I might explode into 1,000 bits. Please don't. That would be awful to clean up. We don't nearly have enough hydrogen peroxide to get out the bloodstains, and I don't have a plastic tub full of lye to dissolve your body in. Not to mention the years of therapy Ari and I would have to go through to not only get over how horrible it would be to watch your friend die violently in front of you, I just can't afford it.
Sheesh.
That's a turn of phrase. Chill. I'm not literally going to explode. But, guess what's happening in 2 weeks? It's something huge for us. Are they showing a compilation of internet cat videos at the movie quad? Please, please tell me we are finally going to get to replace the blinding, horrid casino-like carpet between our feet. Hey, I like the carpet. It's fun. It is fun. No and no. Okay, I guess I've teased it enough. Teo took the poster he was clutching and unravels them before us. It's Max time!
Oh my gosh.
Max? Max is already here?
Poops.
I thought it wasn't for another month. This means I've really got to double down on my cosplay production. Say goodbye to sleeping for the next 2 weeks. I've got so much to do now.
Bummer.
I know, right? I still have to meet with all the dancers and work on new synchronized dance routine. Not nearly enough time to perfect it. And I have to find a good time and place for an international Showtime stage community gathering. Wow, that sounds hardcore. I still have to finish hand sewing all the embellishments on my tailcoat, find or make a decent pocket watch, and start and finish my third cosplay. Oh, death take me now. Wait. Can we go back a minute? What exactly is Max? Again, Ari, what kind of log have you been living under? I assume this is like PAX. The best gaming convention? Wow, both together. Ever? Did you both plan to say that in unison? Regardless, I'm still mostly confused and require further exposition. MAX is the Mega Arcade Expo, an annual arcade gaming convention. It happens every year around this time, over on the West Coast. Wow, going out of our way here. But this year they're having MAX right here in our city. Oh, right, okay. And it's going to be the biggest one yet.
Yes.
I always go every year and show off my newest cosplay.
Love it.
It's great people to... It's a great way to meet a whole bunch of other arcade people. And catch up with those you haven't seen since the last convention. It's so much fun. Okay, yes, okay, I can see why you're both excited. Sounds cool. Yep, I was thinking we could put up some Max posters around the Phosplex, you know, to get all the locals hyped about it. That's a splendid idea, Teo. Finally, an East Coast Max. We've got to make sure everyone knows about it. That we do. Teo, Ashley and I spent the next half hour putting up posters around the Funplex. We passed as many surfaces as we could without making it look too obscene. While we were pushing pins into the wall, Teo and Ashley kept telling me story of past Maxes and all the fun they had. Their spirit was infectious to the very least, hard for me to avoid ending up on the hype train. Choo-choo! But importantly, the more I heard, the more I started thinking about how we could use this event to benefit the Funplex in some way. As the Funplex's newly minted event manager, I had to be on the lookout for opportunities like these. The very first Max on the East Coast, it'd be perfect. Hey, could we promote the Could we promote the Funplex at Max? Good for local buzz and maybe convince some out-of-towners to stick around.
Ooh.
That's the one you've been working on, right, Ari? Yeah, I got ideas for tournaments, token discounts, much to Gavin's displeasure, and more. Will we be revealing the new game we got from the raid? I see. And do you have a name for this grand event yet? Yeah, Ari, what's it called? I've been thinking long and hard on coming up with the perfect name, but I think I figured it out. Are you ready? Am I? Suspense is killing us. The Funplex events will be called Funplex. Oh, I get to pick. Oh no, it's got to be reloaded. Oh no, I'm one letter short. Damn it. Hell. Okay. We need a new plan. Also, I've just noticed Ashley's shirt. That gentleman is fabulous. Funplex Reloady. If we hang on, we'll take the space out. Funplex Reloaded. There we go. Yeah, we should call it Funplex Reloaded. What do you think? Oh, I do so love it.
Amazing.
It's perfect. Thank you. You named it Funplex Reloaded? There are worse things you could have called it. It's kind of catchy though. Nice work, friend. Yeah, you can't beat the old standard subtitle. It's... I wanted to call it Armageddon, but it wouldn't have fit. Revelations, maybe. So, how do I get tickets to Max? How can we advertise there? And how much would it all cost? I'm still living off pizza bagels, you know? You mean you don't already have your tickets? They sell out on, like, day one, my friend. Actually, they sell out in about 20 minutes on day one, and all the hotel rooms are gone way sooner. What? No! My greatest plans foiled!
Beep beep.
While you were all talking, I located the scalpers who were selling tickets online at an exorbitant price. Then I hacked into their RP addresses, found less than tasteful information on a couple of them, which would make their lives very difficult if it got out into the open. And after contacting them, I promised I wouldn't leak such sensitive materials to the internet in exchange for selling us ticket at original prices. Whoa! Iris! Bloody hell!
Hooray!
And they gladly obliged, such nice humans. Oh no. Should we get an email for 2 Max tickets in approximately 3, 2... Oh, and I suggest you invite Juniper a lot to come along as your second. According to Juniper's Iris, she's very stressed from her job and can use a mini vacation. Ah, okay, but Iris, that's kind of known as blackmail, and what you did was just technically very illegal. Don't worry, Ari, I raised all possible leads back to you. You'll be fine. And it's all in the name of helping the fun place, isn't it? Just like you wanted me to do. Well, Iris has been dedicating herself to this event. I couldn't be doing it without her, even if we need to have another talk about human ethics. Fine, but next time, let's do it without any federal crimes, okay? Okay, it's a promise. Regardless, hey, tickets, you can go now, sweet. I agree with Teo, just like, He does not look thrilled. I'm not going to pity a few cold-hearted, bloodthirsty ticket scalpers myself. Those guys ruin events like that. Am I the only one who has a problem here? Also, while I was procuring your tickets, I stumbled across the Funplex's Facewall account. We have one of those? It hasn't been updated in exactly 13 weeks, 2 days, 14 hours and 54 seconds. The Funplex's social media presence is completely non-existent. Well, I guess I'm in charge of that as well now. Wait, we have a Facewall account? I mean, that does make sense, but still, I had no clue its existence. I'd sort of run it. I'm really bad at keeping up on it, though. That sounds like it'd be Gavin's thing. Why isn't he in charge of it? Gavin couldn't care less about social media. He says that, and I quote, "Social media is where idiots go to yell at each other about nothing of any importance, and I'm not going to waste my time with it." That sounds like Gavin. Yep, and Francine is too old to understand the importance of social media. Naomi is way too busy with all her beloved games. So it fell into my hands. Which, as I stated, I haven't been doing a great job at. Well, we could take advantage of this. We can use the Facewall account to spread the word of Funplex Reloaded. You're completely right. I should work harder at it. Or if you want, you can take it over as the event manager. That'll make sense. I'll do it. I really should take on the responsibility. It can only benefit the Funplex, and Ashley's right. Getting the word out is part of being an event manager. Right, I got this. Ashley, can you email me the login info? Yep, and yep. Ashley pulls out her phone and fiddles with it for a minute. Login, get. You sound like an old toaster. Congratulations, you are now the new owner of our social media accounts. Huzzah, the power is all mine. Mine! Are you sure you want to give this Ari this much power? Unlimited power! The fact that he threw his head back and cackled isn't sign enough, I don't know what is. I'm not worried one bit. Excellent! I can help the Funplex keep up with the face wall too. I can program time posts and use effective keywords to get the most out of each post. SEO is one of my many talents. Man, this is hardcore for a free app. That'd be helpful actually, just, don't break any laws.
Sounds good.
Understood. Do I have permission to access your contacts on Facewall? Sure. And there. I sent out notifications to everyone on your friends list and your friends' list about Funplex Reloaded. That was fast. No joke. One more thing. Your shite should have about 75% more images. Blah. Did you know that 90% of people prefer looking at pictures online rather than reading? You don't say. Sometimes I just don't understand you sentient beings. Your Iris does make a good point. We should totally come up with a poster for the event. You'd hand them out at Max too. And of course put them around the arcade. Okay. The arcade isn't too hectic today. Ashley, if you can watch the floor, I can go design us a sweet flyer to pass out to the con goers. It's time to deploy my mad artist skills. Oh yeah, I, as someone who draws like they've been in a horrible accident.
Ooh.
Let's make this the best Max ever, one we will never forget. Hell yeah, man. I spent the rest of the afternoon working hard on having the perfect design for our poster. Well, a design for our poster anyway. And we're back in the room. Which brings me around to the stack of papers currently in my arms, which do not in fact resemble the poster I designed. Oh, I took the liberty of tuning your poster just a little bit. Fast talk! Mystery rare game reveal, Fist of Discomfort. Yeah! And changing the font selection and picking out new clip art. Clip art? How dare you? Rearranging everything using a poppier colour scheme. But I like my original design. Ari used Comic Sans and Papyrus. Yeah, it's fancy. Comic Sans is cool, right? It makes it look like a comic book. Gamer nerds love comic books, don't they? And Papyrus was in that movie with the blue cat people aliens everyone loved. Take it from a wannabe visual designer. Comic Sans is a one-way ticket to the uncool zone, but these new flyers are going to pull in people from the four corners of the globe. Well, yeah, I mean, I guess these are kinda not bad. Pretty good, actually. Okay, they're superior by every conceivable metric. I didn't know you were an artist, Juniper.
Well, I mean...
I'm not, really. I mean, I guess I'm good at pretending to be one, but I couldn't, like, make art for a living, right? I couldn't, Anyway, if that stack isn't enough, I also emailed you a copy of the original file. Just take it to a copy shop or something. They can run off more. Publishing document get. Ding. So, back to the point at hand. Getting information to the masses. Maybe if we just start yelling, "Hey, you guys!" Several people turn around and look at us confusedly. Juniper!
What?
Yelling is probably not the best way to get our word out. And I'm actually still waiting for Ashley and Teo to show up. They promised they would help me, so I think I'll just hang around till they arrive. As you like, it seems my work here is done. Yep. No, I called it Funplex Reloaded. Juniper pulls out her phone and checks it. You Funplex folks fling some flyers. As for me, there's a really cool panel I want to attend. How to get your foot in the door of the arcade art industry. Ooh. I mean, not that I'm seriously thinking about it, just, it's interesting and stuff.
Later.
Oh, it's starting in 10 minutes. I'll catch up with you at home. Good luck, Ari. Juniper waves as she trots off. I lose sight of her instantly as she ducks into the crowd. Growing up, I always knew that arcades were amazingly popular, but the reality of it all didn't really stick until being here at Max. Thousands of people all coming together for their love of games. It's actually pretty darn inspiring. I muster enough courage to wade through several hundred people in the main convention hall. Eventually I find a safe space, a humble bench near the water fountains. I make this my home base while I wait for my friends. Since both Teo and Ashley are running late, I have some time to fully take in my surroundings, in a calmer fashion of course. Everywhere I look, everything I see, it's all steeped in arcade culture. Booths are set up for all the major arcade companies, each table vying for the attention of the crowd. Some have set up spaces with stages, flashing lights, and people throwing t-shirts into lines of people. Can we talk about these lines for a second, though? There are lines for everything. Lines to play games, lines to go see a panel, lines to eat disgusting convention food, lines for the bathroom. There are even lines to get into other lines. They will just wait there, standing, happily chittering amongst themselves. I have trouble waiting in line for 10 minutes at the whole story for a coffee, let alone in line for 3 hours just to play a game that will be released in 4 months. These people aren't even human anymore. Their perseverance is godlike. The sensory output here is overwhelming. People are shouting and laughing as they crowd areas. Music pumps out of several different booths, making a weird mashup of notes and chiptunes. There's even a giant dinosaur that people can take selfies with. Hell yeah. As I contemplate how I'm going to attract all these people to Funplex Reloaded, I hear sounds of very loud and very upbeat music behind me. I feel the bumping of bass reverberate through my shoes as I turn around. There he is! Ari! Teo sets down a colossal boombox at his feet. I recognise the music now. It's from Showtime Stage, and Teo is bumping his signature song. I motion for him to turn down the music, and he complies. The last thing I need is to lose my voice from shouting before I even get the chance to talk to anybody. Hey. Nope. Am I going to sneeze or not? No, it's not going to happen. Sorry I'm late. I had some last minute dance moves I had to incorporate into the routine. No worries. I just got here myself. Despite Max's many attempts to trample me, I have survived thus far. Yeah, it looks like you're significantly non-trampled. Nicely done. Don't congratulate me yet. We still have the rest of the day to endure. What's with the boombox, by the way? Oh, this is for the Showtime Stage gathering. There are going to be a couple of hundred of us from all around the world. I didn't realise there are Showtime communities in other countries.
Absolutely.
We're the second biggest community. The largest is in Japan. Several players flew all the way out from Tokyo just to be part of the Showtime Stage flash mob. Is this really the best place for a flash mob? I can't dance to save my own life. I'm not going to shoot him down. How did you even arrange this? A flash mob is no small feat. I can't begin to imagine the amount of time Teo put into this. Must have been hundreds of hours at least. Impressive. Really hope it turns out fantastic.
Hell yeah.
Me too. I've been planning this for months and it's taken coordination from all the leaders of Showtime groups. There's a lot of work from all sides to make this come together. Now all that's left is to actually do it. In fact, Ari, you can come watch it. I will. Whoa. Hi, Ashley. I was about to respond when a very elegantly dressed gentleman caught my eye. He wore a black proper tailcoat with an ornate sigil pinned to his breast. Accompanying his suit, he had fashioned himself with white regal gloves. With a cloth draped over his arm, he held tightly onto an antique tea kettle. As he approached, the crowd parted like waves from Moses. There were oohs and ahs from onlookers, and people pulled out their phones to get a quick picture of him. Like the rest of the crowd, I was taken aback by how immaculate this butler was. Absolute perfection. I felt like a time walk back to the 1800s and about to have tea with royalty. He stepped up to me and Teo gave us a slight bow. Normally this would be ridiculous out of place, but not on an arcade convention. He's a character from a hot fighting game called Melee Maidens. It's all about ninja maids and battle butlers duking it out for the right to serve a fancy party or something. Tea Earl Grey hot. The cosplayer is decked out in full butler regalia, teapot and all. I think I'll play along in the charade. Just in time, the dilithium crystals are busted and the replicators are on the fritz. Number 1, make it so. Ari, it's me. How does this mystery butler know my name? Do I have a stalker who's the butler? What if we work together? Did Francine hire someone and not tell me about it? How long have Gavin, Naomi and... Ashley? Took it long enough, jeez. The confused look on your face. Ha! Priceless. Have you never seen Ashley's crossplay before? Possibly, possibly not. What's crossplay? Where you cosplay as another gender? Oh, okay. Ashley, seriously, you look completely different. I didn't even recognize you. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry I let you think otherwise for a minute, but it's all in good fun. No worries, it's pretty impressive work. Oh, it's not impressive at all. I mean, I could have done much better job at sewing the coattails, and I need, like, to be 5 inches taller, and didn't go to the gym enough before this. You can't change any of that now, and honestly, it looks fine. I'm just going to very quickly refresh that so it is up to date. There we go. Just making sure the monitor is properly caught up. Hey now, Ari was going with me to the Showtime stage gathering. Well, whatever Ari wants to do, it's his choice. That's fair. Either way, it'd be a good opportunity to promote Funplex Reloaded to one crowd or another. So, would you like to come with me to the cosplay parade, or join me with the flash mob? Let's go to the flash mob. This sounds like it's going to be all sorts of nonsense.
Hell yeah!
Teo led the way as we navigated around clusters in the crowd, his boombox carried at his side. There was zigging and zagging through hallways, people and booths. Every step I took, I was more bewildered with the whole event, and the more I felt very, very small in this entire ocean of arcade fans. Wow, I can't words right now. How was I supposed to inform all these people about Funplex Reloaded? There is literally no way to get the word out to thousands of gamers. It was going to take a gaming miracle, or at least not a complete and utter failure. Heck, I'd even settle for not getting trampled and having maybe like 10 people show up. Set your expectations low, and so when something happens, you'll be pleasantly surprised. Another family motto. Oh my god. But that's not what I'm about anymore. I'm trying to break the mold, right? And here we are, my friend. Oh, I feel like I should point this out. I had a bit of a brain bubble back during the first episode where I was like, oh, where do I recognise this music from? Stylistically, it's very similar to Exapunks, which is a sort of hacking puzzle game that I've played. It had a very kind of similar vibe to this track. That's where I thought I had heard it before. Yeah, if you just look up like the main theme of the song, it sounds a lot like this. Anyway, when our race through the maze ended, we were standing in an atrium of sorts. Glass ceilings and walls covered up half the space, letting in a ton of natural light. It was a welcome shock to the system. Working in the arcade business, you rarely have access to windows, and the convention centre for the Max was no different. It's all simple psychology, really. No windows equals no sense of time for people, meaning they spend way more time running in the arcade because they lose track of it all. At least that's what Gavin taught me. I'm pretty sure he knows his science in arcades and the people in them. The atrium is pretty secluded from the rest of the convention. It's quieter than all the hustle and bustle of the main hall. The people are more dispersed here, since the location also holds the food court. People are slurming down fruit smoothies and munching on fries while enjoying a break from the craziness that is Max. Don't get me wrong, there are still games out here, just significantly less. And all the games here are dancing games. There are quite a few... There are a few stages set up about the space, and people are dancing and to their heart's content. I see classics like DDR and ITG with the Showtime stage highlighted in the centre.
Hey, pretty great spot, isn't it?
I can see why you chose this place. It's Dance Central. Well, not Dance Central by Harmonix, just, you know, Dance Central. And I think the only place big enough for your flash mob.
Hey, keep it quiet. Flash mobs are supposed to be all secret and stuff until it all goes down.
My lips are mum from here on sealed, I mean.
Good. I can't have you ruining the surprise.
I
But
wouldn't dare.
in all seriousness, I really appreciate you being here. It means a lot to me. Cheering me on and just being your amazing self.
Oh, stop.
I'm honored to call you my friend.
Hey, that's what friends are for. I got your back. Use the oh, double notifier. Don't worry about it. Speaking of being friends, you want to help me get the word out for Funplex Reloaded? I was hoping you'd volunteer.
For you? I got you. But it'll have to wait until after the flash mob. We should be starting any minute now.
I'm just waiting for my leads to show up. While I stand next to Teo, I notice several familiar faces from the Funplex. It looks like most of the Showtime stage regulars showed up to support Teo. Most of them are chatting amongst themselves, some playing various dancing games, while others are waiting for Teo's signal. Speaking of the Dancing King himself, Teo looks like a sheepdog that's lost its herd. He's watching the crowds frantically for his friends and mumbling to himself under his breath. He normally has such a calm and collected air about him. This is completely unlike him. Teo, what's up?
Well,
Oh, you know, just worrying about everything collapsing from underneath me. Well, don't I know it. This whole thing won't work unless I have all the group leaders, and right now it's just me and my sister. Sister? You never mentioned you had a sister before. Well, you don't really talk about family much, so I felt it would be impolite to bring it up. Touché. Your sister's one of the dance leads?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, she's probably a better dancer than I am. She taught me everything I know about dancing, from the chase to the moonwalk. When I was a kid, I would watch her dance recitals and be in complete awe, every step, turn and movement done with absolute elegance. I can't even come close to comparing to my sister. I'm awful. Hold up just a minute. Teo rolls his eyes and lets out an exasperated sigh at my cool dancing fun. You're way more talented than all the others that dance at the Funplex. That's why they chose you as their leader. They look up to you so much for more than just teaching old dogs new dogs old tricks, brain. You're kind, Ari, but what you don't understand is that Showtime stages are completely different than traditional dance. You lost me. Like, we were walking along the same point there, and then I spotted a candy store and ran off. That's how lost I am. With Showtime stage, you're forced to move within a finite box. You can't glide across the dance floor or jump as high as you want in a grand jeté. While it looks very similar, it's restrictive. Dance is all about freedom of expression. You don't have that as much in a Showtime stage. While I'm not the best dancer, I'm good at one thing. What's that? Games.
Exactly.
Games with dancing elements in them, to be exact. Funny enough, my sister doesn't even play dancing games. She's terrible at them, in fact. But she helped me figure out the whole flash mob, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to be mortified. How bad will it look if 300 people are all prancing around out of sync? Teo holds up his hand to his face in horror, much like the Shroom painting. When I look at his hands, I can see them shaking. He's doing his best to keep it together, but if I don't find a way to calm him down, he's going to break. Start dancing. That's not going to help. Give him a hug. Nothing makes me feel more at ease than a hug. Just being comforted is enough to make all my worries worlds away. That's all Teo needs. Do you need a hug? Can I give you a hug? Yes, please. I thought you'd never ask. I open my arms and give Teo a friendly hug. I can feel his whole body relax. He lets out a big long sigh. Whoa, it's getting steamy. If this is all it takes, I should be worried more often to get more of these Ari hugs. Teo looks way more relaxed now. He's laughing and smiling like he normally does.
Thank you.
Thanks, I'm so ready for this now. Oh, Ari, can you excuse me for a minute? I see my peeps. I nod and he dashes off towards a group of people. They're all huddled together, and when Teo approaches, they all give him hugs and high fives. Everyone's in great spirits, they're getting ready for the big moment. Teo grabs his boombox from where he left it earlier and makes his way up to the main stage. As soon as his foot touches the platform, the Funplex crew who had commandeered the Showtime stage quickly springs into action. Whoa. One of them runs behind the Showtime stage cabinet and unplugs it from the wall. The bouncy Eurobop that was playing is replaced with dead silence. A collective gasp comes from the atrium. Another crew member pulls out a microphone from a nearby pack and hands it to Teo. He plugs the cord into his boombox and brings it close to his mouth. Max, are you ready for me to rock your body? There are cheers from the crowd as all the dancers are ready to get on with the flash mob. The delight of the crowd is feeding Teo's energy and he's gulping it up. Don't turn away, not even for a second. Teo looks directly at me and winks. Watch me now. Teo begins with a snap and everyone falls into place. As Teo moves his body, everyone in the audience starts to mimic him. Slowly more people join in. And, oh yeah, we've got movement. Group of people after group of people. Soon the entire room is dancing, moving together like a school of fish, but way more upbeat and not getting eaten by sharks. The music pumps into the atrium and everyone is feeling it. Teo leads the flash mob from the stage and he's putting his entire spirit in it. He's smiling from ear to ear as he hits every beat with utter precision. The congoers who aren't participating in the flash mob have pulled out their phones and are recording the whole thing. Gamers are exchanging gossip and taking pictures. I'm sure I'll be reading all about this over the social media. Actually, I should probably post something about this on our face wall. I pull out my phone like everyone else and snap a few pics and video clips. The flash mob itself didn't last more than a few minutes, and in a dramatic end, Teo jumps off the stage and into the crowd. The people immediately pop. Whoa! I thought, like, he tried to stage dive for a second there. The crowd immediately paused, just thump. As Teo strolls deeper and into the middle of the masses, the same Funplex crew members that helped earlier are following Teo with his boombox. Once Teo makes it to the centre of the crowd, he motions for his friends to put it down. Once again, he brings the mic up. Well, did you like it? And once again, cheers erupt from the throng of dancers. Teo claps along with the bystanders. Thank you, Max, you are too sweet. You know, I couldn't have done this whole thing without the help of my friend Ari. Woo! More clapping and shouting, only this time it's for me? He gave me the encouragement when I needed it most. Ari, why don't you come up here for a minute? Ah, me? I point to myself. No, the other Ari standing behind you. Get your buns over here. I feel a couple of people lightly push me towards Teo. Hesitantly, I made my way over to him. It's weird to be surrounded by that many people, but being next to Teo made me feel comfortable about the whole situation. It's good to have backup. Everyone, give it up for Ari! More happy people cheer for me. Now, I really want you to all listen to him, like really listen. It's an important announcement. Teo hands me the mic and leans in next to me, whispering in my ear. You wanted help with Funplex Reloaded, right? Well, you got the floor. Go ahead and tell everyone about it. Looking out at the masses, my chest felt tight and I could feel a bead of sweat run down my back. Man, I cannot words right now. Teo smiled at me earnestly, waiting for me to speak to everyone. This was it, wasn't it? This was what I've been asking for, to go out and do something for myself. Couldn't back down now. Had to do this for myself. I was going to prove to myself that I'm not just a duplication of my family. I can break the mold, huh? I took a deep breath and mustered every ounce of confidence I could find hiding within. I took the mic in my hand, blinked once and began to speak. How's everyone enjoying their Max? A good amount of wooing and cheering came from those around me. Step 1, always get the audience on your side. What about that flash mob though? Fantastic, right? I know you're all having such a great time, and why let it end after today? Next weekend, Francine's Arcade Funplex at the Twin Pines Mall is going to be putting on a special event, and it's going to be one hell of a time. It's called Funplex Reloaded, and we need your help to make it as good, if not better than Max. Teo leans in to play the part of my co-MC.
Sure.
You had me at special event, tell me more. The Funplex is growing and humble arcade, but packed with all the best games and the best gamers around. It's our first big event and we need your help to make it rock. We're having a Fist of Discomfort tournament and exhibition event to break the world record high score of Moopy's Magical Maze. High score competitions on every game in the arcade all day long, and we'll be revealing a brand new mystery game, a rarity you won't believe. But that's not all, right, Ari? Nope! Showtime Stage is a huge part of the Funplex, and we owe Teo our thanks to that. As you know, he's cultivated this community to what it is today, and to celebrate that, we want to offer the exclusive event to all you dancers out there. The special dancing event at Funplex Reloaded will be, drumroll please, Teo starts clapping his hands on his thighs to imitate a drum. Yeah, we're gonna have a tournament. We can't just have one tournament at Funplex Reloaded. I know how competitive these dancers get. We can do an official side tournament and have a cash prize with all the buy-in money. Gavin probably won't mind. It's perfect. We can't let all those fighting games get all the fun tournaments, can we? At Funplex Reloaded, we're going to have our very own Showtime Stage tournament with prizes. Another roar from everyone in the atrium. It's so loud I swear the windows shook. Fantastic. Everything you said sounds amazing. I know I'll be there. Wonderful, and I hope to see all of your faces out there next weekend. I point to as many people around me as I can. There are several more shouts, and then naturally the crowd started to disperse. As Teo and I were cleaning up after the flash mob, my phone in my pocket started going off. Ahem. At first it was just a couple of vibrations, but before I could realise what was happening, my phone starts seizing. What the? I pulled my phone out of my pocket, and when I look at it, the Funplex's face wall had over 1,000 likes. No, really, what the hell?
Beep,
Can I interrupt? I might have borrowed the pictures and video clips you snapped earlier and applied the proper hashtags and links to the Funplex's social media accounts.
Good work.
Since the content went live, activity on the Funplex's face wall has increased 700%. The buzz about Funplex Reloaded is off the scale. Note to send invent new scale. I quickly scanned my own face wall, and even people I knew who weren't arcaders were talking up a storm about it. I also heard people around me discussing it. Can't wait until next weekend. Excited rando. That Funplex Reloaded thing sounds like a blast. I'm totally going to that Funplex place. What's this mystery game they mentioned? It was great to hear all the buzz around the atrium, and Iris really helped with the social media aspect. Can't believe it was that easy. Sometimes that's all it takes. That was great fun, but I'm totally exhausted. Me too. But you didn't dance. Hey, I faced my fears in front of several hundred people. If that's not exhausting, then I don't know what is. Plus, I'm hungry. You can always go over to one of the food vendors and pay $12 for overly salted french fries. Well, there goes my appetite. You know, Gavin and Naomi are running a pop-up arcade for the Funplex, along with some other local arcades in Hall B. You always pop by there for a breather with some friends. How about I meet you there later? I need to debrief with the other leaders first. Sounds good. Be seeing you. I wave bye to Teo as I make my way towards Exhibit Hall B, on the lookout for Gavin's serious face or Naomi's kind one. Let's see. Exhibit Hall B. It very much resembles Exhibit Hall A, where I started my day. Industry types, dealers, swag, crowds. But there's definitely more actual arcade games there, as local places have set up pop-up arcades all over the place. It's hard to notice the smaller displays, but with the giant, garish Deco's Palace display eating up the centre, but I managed to crawl my way around the edges to find... Well now, pretty much everyone else in the crew, save for Francine. Teo and Ashley are still off hanging out with their respective communities. I've got some time, maybe I can bend someone's ear. Meanwhile, let's see what everyone's doing right now. Percy's playing some Nibbler. Naomi's fixing up a busted Gallagher. Gavin's reading the news, bored out of his mind. Let's check in with Queen Bee. Haven't spoken to her in a while. Queen Bee looks stressed out, just loitering around, not playing games. Hey, oh, hey kid, how's Max treating you? Decently, and you? You look kind of frazzled. Who, me?
Well.
Totally okay. Well, okay, no, I'm in the loser's bracket. Meaning... The big FOD tournament they're hosting here at Max. I advanced from pools, but I'm in the loser's bracket. If I lose one more match, I'm out. Finished. Dead. A loser. I get it. Right now, I'm just sitting around waiting to be called up for my next match, trying not to worry, and failing miserable. It sucks. It seriously sucks. Allow me to provide a service to our valued customer and distract you then. Wanna talk? Yeah, sure, why the hell not? We amble around behind the Funplex display to a neat little corner wedged between two other industry booths. A good spot for a quiet-ish chat.
Look, don't worry about me, okay? This sort of stress is healthy. A good competitor feeds off stress as nourishment, grows strong, powerful. I've been in the loser's bracket before and gotten all the way to the finals. Tournaments are my thing.
Frankly, it's when you aren't worried that you make mistakes. You get cocky, overconfident, you screw up. You? Cocky? Never. Cocky as a defense mechanism is different from cocky out of apathy. You steel yourself with one, you let important things slip with the other. You feel me, kid? Claim you can take on the world and maybe you really can. I mean, that's just a lie. We just did the Boundless Confidence one, we just did that. Wouldn't keeping it level-headed be better? Yeah, no, let's take on the world. I think I get it. You fix yourself squarely in the mindset that you can destroy all comers, and it gives you the mojo to actually do it. So having a good day or a bad day, you want to go in assuming you'll rock the world. Nailed it. Oh ho ho, we'll make a champion out of you yet, kid. Well, the champion floor attendant. Event manager. Whatevs. What, and you're not stressed at all, huh? Well... yeah, okay, I'll admit it. Things have been stressful with streaming lately. Oh? How so? Because with eSort streaming, everything has to be perfect all the goddamn time. It's not like you, where you miss a stray gum wrapper or the plexiglass isn't polished to a shine, Gavin will let it slide. Clearly you haven't worked for Gavin. Okay, Francine will let it slide. Look, I'm not a metaphor person.
My point is, when you're a public figure, an esports competitor, a streamer, an internet sensation, you gotta hustle. 100% hustle. 110% hustle. You only see folks like me and Teo from backstage. You aren't watching from the audience. Different situation entirely there.
I can imagine.
There's no room for error. If one thing is wrong, I'll get punished for it, one way or another. If not by the chat, which constantly seeks my blood and salty tears, then by my own team. They're always evaluating my performance.
That doesn't sound like a healthy working relationship.
Things go badly enough, my viewer count goes down, and I could lose my sponsorship. Then everything.
Damn. Damn indeed. You see what I mean? Take the world down in flames with you. Yeah, what happened to the all-time high you mentioned before? Wait, that doesn't sound right. Just last week I remember Queen Bee mentioning that her stream sub count was through the roof. I thought you were still a red-hot popular streamer. Why all the worry? You're doing great. You should be proud of what you've accomplished. It's true, I am awesome, but that doesn't take away the fact that it's stressful to keep that up all the time. You can't slack and stay awesome all the time. That makes sense, but you have to take some time for yourself and relax. Easier said than done. I know streamers who take a week off, go on vacation or something, and their subs drop off the face of the earth. Yeah, that's a thing. It's bad. But I also know burnout's a serious thing. I do need to take breaks. And if I'm gonna relax, you should follow that same advice, kid. Eh? You're running all over this place pushing your event. I get that this is a big deal for you, in the same way training is a big deal for me. But take some me time alongside the you time, you know? I mean, you, me, and you, me, you. I mean, bah! You know what I mean. The two of us go our separate ways. Her to rejoin the tournament, and me to catch up with Teo and Ashley again back at the mini Funplex. Current status? Sitting. Hell yeah. Enjoying it. Hell yeah. I've got a blanket. It took a few minutes of searching and stalking, but eventually I managed to find an open seat at the pop-up arcade. While the sit is satisfying, the rest of everything else is miserable. My feet are sore from walking all over, and don't remember the last time I ate. I feel dehydrated and have a slight headache from all the noise. And there are still 4 more hours of max left. Oh, if Gavin saw me in my current state. Leaning back, arms at my side, completely exhausted, I can picture it clearly. He'd be looming over me with his dark, unfettered eyes. He would lean in close and frown, grumbling. He'd only say, "Ari, may I remind you these seats are for patrons only?" I audibly sighed just thinking about it. As luck would have it, Gavin and Naomi are huddled over the Gallagher cabinet trying to figure out why the monitor's not working. Freedom. My buns are experiencing the best freedom has to offer. And while my body feels like it could collapse at any moment, I feel good about it, right? Getting the word out about Funplex Reloaded was great. Seeing people's face light up with excitement is why I'm really here. Plus, watching Teo inspire the crowd was an added bonus. His energy is infectious. I smiled to myself. The pain in my heels and the grumbling in my tummy, worth it. While enjoying the respite, I let my eyes close for a moment, and of course the second I do that, I hear footfalls closing in. There you are, Ari. We've been looking all over for you. But we were specifically going to meet back up here at the Funplex pop-up arcade. Yeah, but we didn't expect you to be tucked into the darkest corner of the arcade. I'm hiding from Gavin. He'll put me to work if he sees me. Hiding behind the pinball machines is probably not the smartest choice then. You know how much he loves pinball. Every spare moment he thinks no one is watching him is spent getting a high score. I have so many candid pictures on my phone of him playing pinball. You have to show me, like, right now. Yes, the concentration, and his concentration face is so cute. Before I can even react, Ashley has her phone out and is scrolling through pictures of Gavin. Him! Both look up at me guiltily. Don't we have important matters? Max is over in a few hours and we still have a lot of work left to do. You're right, Ari. Please don't tell Gavin. Your secret's safe with me. Right, so, business time. I think I got something. Go on. I have a friend. She's an indie arcade developer. The new title she's been working on is amazing. It's got co-op, it's got competition, it's got magical schoolgirls. Now you're talking. It's got it all. Wait, I'm pretty sure I've heard of this game. It's called Magical Mune Cuties. Wow. Yeah, that's the one. And she's thinking about premiering it at Funplex Reloaded.
Oh my gosh!
It'd be it'd be cooler than cool. That sounds interesting enough. Might make for another fun game for people to play. Definitely. My fun is somewhat renowned. That's not the right word. It's somewhat renowned in the indie scene, and the game's been in development for years. I'm sure it would create some buzz at least. Are you kidding, Teo? We'd be the talk of the arcade world. I do like being the talk of world-sized things. Let's go check it out. I stand up, invigorated by the news. As I start walking back toward the hall with Teo, I hear a call from behind me. Wait! I turn around and see Ashley standing there, fidgeting. Her green eyes are darting back and forth nervously. Ashley? I too have a plan. She motions for us to come back towards her, which we do.
Huh?
What's her idea, Ashley? She puts an arm around Teo and the other one around me, huddling the three of us together. So what I'm proposing might not be the most legal course of action. Do I even want to know? You've seen the huge monitors hanging up from the ceiling in the middle of the major halls, right? How could I miss them? They're constantly bombarding us with ads and false hopes for high-quality convention food. No matter how amazingly tempting that $9 hot dog looks on the big screen, don't even think about it. Exactly my point. Everyone's looking at it. I know a way to sneak into the back area. All we have to do is break into the main communication center and upload the flyer Ari made to the rotation.
Whoa!
You want to do what? Shh, keep your voice down, Teo. Unless you want to get arrested for being an accomplice. It's a genius plan. Everyone at Max will see our name in lights. Okay, so yeah, that's a less than legal way of getting the word out. But I have to admit, you have me intrigued. And it'd definitely work, but I don't know. Trust me.
What about?
Of course, we need to go in disguise. I'm already nicely disguised, but Ari would need to switch into something way more distracting. Why more distracting exactly? To distract from your face, of course. What I'm trying to say is people will remember the costume, not the person wearing it. I've got the perfect maid costume for you. It's from Melee Maidens, the same thing my costume's from. A maid costume. You want to put me in a maid costume. It'll be fun, and just the ticket from keeping people from recognising you. But if you don't want to do it, that's fine. I suggest going with Teo instead and letting me take care of advertising myself. It's cool, I can do it. Totally up to you, though I think you'd look super cute as a maid. Let's not forget about magical moon cuties. I'd suggest you come with me instead, far safer. Both options are valid, honestly. Splashy advertising would certainly drive foot traffic, even if getting it up there would be dodgy. Importantly, Iris could help us do it safely without anybody noticing. Safer than actually going off on her own to try an inadvisable stunt. But a highly anticipated indie title might do the trick and result in far less jail time. I kind of want to... I don't want Ashley to go off on her own and get arrested. But I don't want to not get the magical moon cuties in. Let's go with the magical girls, why not? Ashley, you got this. You don't need any help from me. Honestly, I don't feel like getting carted off to jail today. It's not my scheduled agenda. Plus, I'm pretty sure Ashley can handle breaking and entering all by herself. And yes, I do realise how wrong that sounds, even in my own head. I bet you've seen plenty of heist anime. So much that you could sneak into the Museum of National History and steal the world's biggest Fabergé egg in the middle of the day. I've got like 12 bobby pins holding this wig on. I won't let you down. I know you won't. Please try to be careful. Ashley smiles wildly before prancing off into a crowd of arcade folk. You can stop worrying, Ari. Ashley knows exactly what she's doing. That's why I'm worried. Well, shall we go see a lady at an indie game? Let's. As we left the pop-up and travelled deep into the halls of Max, people kept stopping us to say hello to Teo. We'd been happily on our merry little way and then get interrupted by a random person. Oh man, it's Teo, how you doing? Great, but hey, we're on our way to meet with someone. Let's catch up later. Cool, laters. And this happened every couple of minutes. Walking through the convention floor was like walking through a field of landmines. but instead of explosions, it was uncomfortable introduction to people I will never see again. Eventually, Teo leads me back into a section of arcade games hidden behind all the major company booths, near where he held his dance flash mob. Where they set up here is mostly reminiscent of the rest of Max. Arcade cabinets are closely lined up side by side, making several aisles for gamers to aimlessly wander down. I would have expected to be more used to pushing my way through throngs of crowds by now, but nope. Teo and I force our way through the huddled masses of chittering conversations. As I look around all the different arcade games that surrounded us, I notice that something's off. There are exactly 0 titles I actually recognise. No Dig Dug, Gauntlet, nor Street Fighter, not even a hint of a pinball game. I'm starting to get concerned. Teo, where in Max are we? This is the Indie Mega Arcade. Well, originally they called it the Indie Mega Arcade Expo, but then IMAX sued them. The what? That didn't explain anything to me. What are all these weird games? I understand nothing. Teo! Bloody hell, should we find somewhere quiet? If you'll hush those alluring lips of yours for a second, I'd be more than happy to explain. Okay, I'm hushing now, totally and completely hushed. Now where was I? Ah yes, the Indie Mega Arcade is a huge area of Max that showcases all the new and upcoming indie arcade games. Indie developers get a chance to show off their stuff, get useful feedback, and maybe get a few people interested in their game along the way. That's the dream of the indie dev, to make a game that people enjoy playing. Oh my god, yes, it is. I don't really know much about the indie arcade scene, admittedly. Working at the Funplex offered me a crash course in arcade culture. Every day I'm learning about completely new aspects. It does make perfect sense to have an indie game scene, just never realised it existed. It's pretty amazing, actually. A community of people who share ideas and a passion. Can't afford mass production runs of games, but you got a lot of heart, you know? They can't crank out a box for every arcade on Earth, but indie developers are free to make whatever type of game they want. No pressure from a big game company either. Complete and utter creative freedom. Really, anyone can make a game if you put your mind to it. In fact, I bet even you, Ari, could make an arcade game. What say you? That would be spectacular. I've toyed with the idea. No, I have stacks of notes. I've always been an idea guy. Ever since I was a kid, I've always been dreaming up game ideas. Like the zombie-themed fighter or a train-driving racer. I got tons of them, just waiting to be turned into a fully fledged game. I used to draw out intricate little arcade game levels on paper too. This is sounding very familiar. Where did I leave my notepads? Being surrounded by hard-working individuals at the Funplex only enriched that fantasy. I mean, I can't code or draw, but I could always dream up new ideas. Teo, you don't even know. I have so many ideas swimming in my head for a game. Oh yeah? What would you make first? I would make a roguelike procedurally generated open-world twin-stick platformer with loot boxes. Ugh! 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 I thought you wanted to get away from all the corporate garbage. Why would you do that? Yeah, let's make a cute puzzle game. There is this one genre of game that's easy to replicate. It's a puzzle game. Give it a good theme and people will be drawn to the aesthetics and the mental challenge. I bet a simple match 3 game would be fairly easy to make. I want an appealing design, so maybe something super adorable to catch the eye, maybe some bedazzling jewels or crushing candy or something. People would sink hundreds of tokens in to continue playing. Exactly. Highly addictive, highly profitable, but also highly fun. Fun's the ultimate point of a game, right? I like it.
Alright!
Well, if you ever get super bored of being an arcade event manager, I can hook you up with all the proper people to launch a second career. What do you mean? Oh, I have some friends who make arcade games for a living. Some friends? As soon as I said it, I became overtly aware of the situation. Since we set foot into the Indie Mega Arcade, people would be waving and nodding to Teo. Not to mention all those people stopping us on the way here to get over here. And all the people supporting Teo's flash mob. I'd say more than some friends. You're a popular guy.
Come on, that's silly.
He waves his hand, waving off the very notion that I know to be true. Everyone knows who he is, and I had no idea. Teo has always been such a crowd pleaser at Showtime stage, but I guess his popularity spreads to all facets of his life. Okay, I can feel my voice going. I need some water. We'll be right back. And we're back. I now have water. Dance champion and indie arcade scene sensation, huh?
I try to keep my friends' circles pretty separate. Sometimes it's not always perfect and they tend to overlap. You know, like a Max. But hey, it's got upsides. All my friends are here. The biggest downside of Max is just so hard to see everyone. I never get to spend enough time with them, you know? I got friends here in the Indie Mega Arcade. I got my Funplex crew. I got the dancing community. I just can't see them all. And when I can't see them, I feel like I let them down. I hate having to choose between them. Once again, I've failed my friends. You know, it's a surprise anyone still talks to me anymore.
Teo sighs heavily. His mood has shifted from excitement to utter solace. This is the second time I've seen Teo show such anxiety today. Life's not all rainbows and puppies, is it? I can relate to his feelings, though. I've dealt with my own insecurities in my own life. My family, notably, and even getting my current job. Sad Teo is worse Teo, and as his friend I must fix this. Allow me to boost your ego. No, that's the last thing he needs. You can't please everybody. Teo puts too much pressure on himself, and with the amount of people he knows, it's physically impossible to see everyone. There is literally no way you could meet and hang out with every single person you know. If you were given 15 minutes time to the amount of people I've seen you say hello to, it would take you an entire day to get through them. You exaggerate. Teo, if there is one thing you can be sure of, is that Ari doesn't exaggerate. I only observe and state objective facts. Usually. It's tough only seeing the people that you care about every once in a while. But you've been doing a great job. I've seen so many of your friends stop and say hello to you. Plus they completely understood when you told them you were busy. Not one left without a smile on their face. They really care about you. You know what, Ari? You're right. The more I hang out with Teo, the more I learn about him. There's always something new and something unexpected. Let's bring this back around to why we're here. How did you get involved with the indie arcade scene anyway? Through Michelle, the indie developer I want you to meet. I met her a few years ago at a previous Max. I was hanging out with my crew near the dancing games and she stopped by to play around. Since she was new to the scene, I struck up a conversation with her. Much like when I met you. Ah, so there was plenty of flirting then. I cannot help myself when surrounded by such beautiful, wonderful people. And Michelle makes arcade games? She's only one of the coolest and most prolific arcade developers in the industry today. She's worked on several big-name indie games, and when she's not working, she's speaking all over the world about arcade development. Colour me impressed. Sounds like Michelle is the sort of influential person who could really help with Funplex Reloaded. She really is. You seem familiar. Isn't that the, that's the FBI lady from last time, isn't it? I'm what now, Mateo Alvarez? Oh, Michelle, only the worst person I've ever met. As to be expected from someone of your caliber. Touché. I was just looking for you, by the way. Well, I'm glad I found you then. What's on your mind? I wanted to introduce you to Ari. Nice to meet you. Pleasure's mine. It took me a second, but Michelle totally looks like... Uh-oh. You aren't perchance also a federal agent? This is it. I'm doomed. It was a setup. I'm about to be renditioned to a CIA black site. Who, me? No way. Although my sister, well, I can neither confirm nor deny what she does for a living. I see. Okay, that makes sense. Gotcha. I'm gonna shut up now and focus on the arcade stuffs. I think what Ari is trying to say is that you seem to have a very confident and authoritative expression. That's all. Yep, that's exactly what I meant, and got it on the nose. Thanks, Teo. Sure, okay, let's go with that. Anyway, I spoke with Teo earlier in the day, and he told me you had a business proposition. Consider me all ears. Allow me to elaborate. Ari here was recently appointed as the event manager for the Funplex. Congrats! That's the cute little mom and pop place where Teo gets his groove on, right? I would categorize it more as a grandma and grandpa kind of arcade. Not the fanciest one out there, but it's got heart. I like an arcade with good heart. It reminds me of my youth. The good old days where you walk into your home away from home, quarter up and enjoy the company. But I digress, getting too swept up in memories. Please, tell me more about the proposal. Ari's putting on a special event at the Funplex called Funplex Reloaded. It's a celebration of the arcade scene, if you will. Oh, I will. We're going to have hardcore competitions, esports stuff, mystery game reveals, the works. I'm going all out on it. And Teo, I take it you're doing a dance event as well? He is, but it'd be great if we could add one more thing to the list. Maybe the premiere of a new indie game? How could you could you possibly mean my game, Magical Moon Cuties? If you'll allow us the honours. Have I given you the elevator pitch yet? All I know is there's magical schoolgirls and I'm intrigued. It's a competitive cooperative puzzle game where people have to work together to match all the magical orbs before their opponent can. Think 3-player Magical Drop. Magical Drop! I loved that game. I had Magical Drop 3 on the PS1 and I played it like endlessly. I got really weirdly good at it. Everyone plays as different adorable magical schoolgirl, hence the cuties part. That sounds better than the last time I heard of it. Right? I'm excited to share Magical Moon Cuties with the world. I've mostly been doing some very selective demos for media outlets today. So far, the general public hasn't been allowed to play it. I'm looking for the perfect place and time to release it. Big publicity would mean I might land a manufacturing contract or a publisher, so I could do a wide release. Funplex Reloaded might be a good choice for that, but I'm going to need a little more convincing. What else you got? Okay, Harry, don't blow this. Yeah, it's all about heart. Michelle had mentioned earlier that she likes an arcade that has heart and soul. I should appeal for that. You aren't going to find an arcade that has more spirit than the Funplex. Everyone who frequents there, employees, patrons alike, want nothing more for this event to succeed. This is our chance to show the world our dreams. We've been pouring all of our combined energy into making Funplex Reloaded victorious. Teo, myself, all the staff, all the gamers. With Magical Moon Cuties on our side, we can just bring even more heart into this affair. It's the perfect fit for the kind of friendly atmosphere we want, bringing people together. Oi, you got me right in the feels. Plus, I really want to play Magical Moon Cuties too. Ha! Fair enough. I was just sassing you anyway. After I discussed it with Teo, I already knew I was going to Magical Moon Cuties to show Magical Moon Cuties at the Funplex. Love that enthusiasm though. Really? I mean, it's either the Funplex or Deco's Palace. While Deco is the heavyweight champion of the arcade world, it's not a good fit for my dreams. Great, so it's settled? I think so. I know so. Magical Moon Cuties will have its first playable showing to the public at Funplex Reloaded. I'll haul my prototype cabinet over to your arcade the day before so you can get it set up. I'd appreciate you keeping it hidden until the event though. Already bought a mystery concealing tarp for our rare game released. Heck, what's one more mystery concealing tarp between friends? This will be an event to remember and I'm thrilled. I can't wait to share the news with everyone. Ari, thanks for the support. I really appreciate it. Oh, but I really should be thanking you. Sorry to cut this convo off, but Michelle, your next interview's here. It's Mark from Hexagon. Mark, Hexagon, got it. Ugh, so hard to keep track of all these different media outlets. Ari, it's been great. My people will call your people, or whatever they do these days. Oh, expect your social media to explode later today. Ta-ta! Should we tell her that it's already exploded? And in a flash, Michelle wandered back into the crowd of people, her friend leading her to the next interview. Leaving me standing in shock, unable to believe what had happened. A top indie designer premiering at my event. Imagine the adorable smiling faces of the anime magical schoolgirls. I could practically hear them cheering me on. I knew everything would be okay. This is my life. Huh? Oh, nothing. Just musing to myself. Out loud, nonetheless. No worries, I do that all the time. Mostly when I'm alone, though.
Love it.
But overall, that went really well. I'm glad Michelle was really excited to bring her game to the Funplex. Me too. More water. Honestly, I feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. What with helping me raise the hype with your flash mob, I feel like Funplex Reloaded is going to be amazing. That's the spirit, never doubted you for a second. I was about to reply with a totally witty retort about doubting in time, however we were interrupted by the sounds of a bell chime. The hall will be closing in 30 minutes. Oh, it's over already? Ah, no, it's just getting started. I've barely seen anything yet. I could do this for at least another 4 hours. I am frightened and confused as to how you still have so much energy left, Teo. I amaze even myself sometimes. As for me, I was exhausted, allowing yawns to escape from my mouth. Well, I'm officially pooped and ready to go home. Before you go,
Hey, before you go, you wanna, like,
What?
maybe go get dinner with me?
Huh? Is this really happening? Am I seeing the smooth-talking, witty Teo actually at a loss for words? His face flushed, his consonants stuttered. Holy crap, Teo is actually nervous.
I mean, it's been such a long day and I haven't seen you eat anything. And, I'm really hungry, so I figured I'd extend the invitation. No one likes eating alone, right?
I realised I was staring at Teo wide-eyed and hadn't really responded yet. I was letting him babble on, trying desperately to keep his composure. Should I say something? I should also be very clear about my intentions. Oof. 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 Don't make me choose. Do we want to go for romance? Because I'm not sure. Like, I'm genuinely not sure if I want to actually pursue the romance in this game. Let's do it. It's a date then. Only if we call it a date. How about it? I can't help him. I've got to tease him a little more. It's only fair since he's flirted with me so many times.
So, I mean, if you,
I give him my most flirty wink, doubled with a sassy smile. Okay, there's teasing and then there's cruelty. I let him off the hook. Relax. Yes, let's go grab some grub. I'd love to share a meal with you, Teo. Thank you. Teo relaxes when I declare my intention simply and with a bit of whimsy.
all right. Consider it a date then. How about the food court here at the convention center?
I do not have that kind of money. You know, the one over about 50 feet over yonder smells of fried oil and ridiculously overpriced food. You sold me on the fried oil smell. I have a hankering for some fries. Me too. Give me a big old bowl of chips. Teo and I continued our conversation as we walked over to the closest food vendor, tucked away within one of the many expo halls. Starving, we each ordered the biggest serving of fries. And when we both sat down to enjoy our fried potato delicacies, we instantly realised that one order would have been sufficient to feed both of us. We both laughed happily at our mountain of fries. It's a fry folly, there's no way we can finish this all. Teo, if we set our hearts and stomachs to the task, we can conquer them all. Together, with you, we can conquer anything. We came damn close to finishing our food, but in the end, the tasty potatoes reigned supreme. With our hands resting on our bellies and groans leaving our lips, we waddled away from the table that we shared.
Hey, thanks for spending the whole day with me. You know, I had a ton of fun.
Hell yeah. You know what? I did too. Maybe we should do it again sometime. I'll be up for that. Call me whenever you like. I lean over and give Teo a quick hug. He stands still, somewhat stunned by the whole situation. I turn away before he can see my cheeks blush. Well, we bloody did it. All in all, a successful day. Operation Hot Dog Takedown. Mission complete. Assets extracted and heading home for a leisurely bath and some anime. Eh? She hacked the video signs and snuck away. Oh, hell yeah. Look at... Yeah. Look at the screens. Our flyer's airing there. Now... Our flyer is airing there now. Wow, I didn't know Ashley was a hacker. Maybe we should swap tips. I'd like the Funplex to commit fewer felonies rather than more, Iris. Oh, okay. Right, time to head home. I promised I would meet Juniper just outside the main exit of the hall, and that's exactly where I was headed. The rush of fresh air hit me in as I pushed the double glass doors open. It was nice, refreshing, and a much better smell than the one I had been around all day. I didn't have to wait long until I saw Juniper. She bounced happily up to me. So, how was your first Max, Ari? It was... fantastic. The amount of support I got from my friends today was amazing. I know I can always count on them and I feel like we've bonded closer as friends. Can't wait to go back next year. As to be expected with a convention. Although in your case you really outdid yourself and got smacked with 300% of what anyone else would have, yeah? How'd you figure? Well, most people drop by Max, play some games, maybe attend a panel or two, do some shopping. They're here to be catered to. You, on the other hand, were doing the catering. And like any good caterer, that means spinning plates and doing 12 different things at once. You found interesting ways to push Funplex Reloaded and promote the Funplex as a whole. You worked your butt off to do it. So rather than attending Max, you were Max. Sure feels that way. I'm totally drained. I kind of envy you, you know? Sounds like you had some great adventures today, other than designing that flyer. I didn't do that much beyond playing a few games and buying cute t-shirts and stuff. But let me tell you, they are super cute shirts. I'm glad I could support you, I'm glad I could support you though, even if it was just, you know, doodling up a flyer. It's hardly a doodle. Hey, don't sell yourself short. That flyer looked super professional. I mean, no fun Comic Sans, but still pretty cool.
You.
Thanks, Ari. I really enjoy doing stuff like that. I don't exactly get a lot of opportunities at the office to express myself. Okay, let's head home and get some real rest. We've both earned it. In fact, I'd say we took it... Juniper, don't. To the max? Ugh. Juniper, you're too adorable for your own good. After that moment, the rest of the evening was a blur. I knew that Juniper and I would take the train back home, heated up some pizza bagels, and safely made it into my comfy bed. Thump. I think I was still in shock. At the beginning of this day, I thought that no one was going to know about Funplex Reloaded. We'd be stuck as a relatively unknown mum and pop arcade. But now it seems like the whole world knows, which is great, but also pretty nerve-wracking. I sighed heavily, letting all my mixed emotions flow over me. There was no turning back now. What I set in motion will stay in motion. It can only get bigger and better from here. At least that's what I'm going to keep telling myself as I drift to sleep. I'm proud of what I accomplished today, and I can't wait to tell everyone at the Funplex about what I've done. I hope they're proud of me too. And before I know it, Funplex Reloaded will be upon us. And that's chapter 3. Our winner is you. Teo's definitely taking a liking to you. Dance fever! You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Still. Also, you scored 10,400 points. Go for the high score. Actually, I don't know what the high score is, but hey, go for it anyway. Yes, we will save. But this has been fun. That's been chapter 3. I think we're going to keep on with the one chapter per session. Yeah, I do tend to gravitate mostly towards the kindly options. But I like to think that's kind of how I am as a person. I do my best to be nice. Like I make a concerted effort to be nice. It's always been said to me that good manners are never wasted. Like, no one's ever going to get mad at you for being nice. But anyway, I think we're going to keep on with the one chapter per session so far. And yeah, until next time, we'll be back again on Wednesday. And until then, thank you, good night, and much love.